In a world where cats might not always be what they seem, there lived a particularly clever feline named Beckett. But before he earned that name, he was just another stray cat wandering the streets, searching for a place to call home. His luck changed one fateful day when he encountered Rose, a brilliant young scientist rushing to her next appointment. In a moment of inspired mischief, Beckett saw his opportunity. He staged an elaborate accident with Rose's car, pretending to be injured. His performance was Oscar-worthy, and his plan worked perfectly. Rose, concerned and guilt-ridden, rushed him to the nearest animal shelter. The veterinarians quickly discovered his ruse. He was perfectly healthy, with all 9 lives intact. They told Rose that what this theatrical cat really needed wasn't medical attention, but a warm home and plenty of love. Though initially hesitant due to her busy schedule, Rose found herself unable to resist Beckett's pleading eyes. Looking back at him one last time before leaving, she made a decision that would change both their lives forever. At Rose's apartment, Beckett discovered a chaotic paradise. While Rose wasn't exactly a champion of organization, her mess had a certain charm to it. She named him Beckett, after the Old English word for beehive, fitting, given her passion for bee research. As days turned into weeks, their bond grew stronger. Rose even created a special play area for Beckett, though he learned the hard way not to mess with her precious bees. Rose was working on a revolutionary bee preservation project, but her boyfriend Larry seemed less than supportive. Larry, who was allergic to cats, began visiting less frequently, much to Beckett's satisfaction. However, this newfound peace was interrupted when Rose had a breakthrough in her research, a serum that could potentially save dying bee populations. The project brought Larry back into their lives, as he had originally helped Rose start it. Jealous and territorial, Beckett began plotting against Larry. He started with subtle sabotage, placing cat hair on Larry's pizza, which triggered his allergies. But his schemes backfired when Rose, forced to tend to a severely allergic Larry, made Beckett sleep outside. To add insult to injury, he had grown too large to fit through the pet door. That night, sleeping among garbage bins, Beckett's revenge plans escalated. He tampered with Larry's car, hiding parts in a sandbox and removing tires. But karma has a way of evening the score. During one of his sabotage attempts, Beckett met with an unfortunate accident that cost him his first life. This is where Beckett's extraordinary journey truly began. In the Afterlife's administrative office, he learned that each of his remaining lives would be lived as a different animal. The contract was clear. He needed to overcome his personal flaws in each form to earn his way back to Rose. Excited by the prospect of returning home, Beckett hastily signed the contract without reading the fine print. His subsequent lives were a comedy of errors and lessons learned. As a badger, he mistakenly targeted the wrong person. As a rat, he struggled just to reach Rose's house. As a cockroach, he discovered he was nearly indestructible, until Rose accidentally stepped on him. Each transformation brought new challenges and insights, but Beckett's determination never wavered. Meanwhile, a darker plot was unfolding. Rose's professor, harboring a childhood grudge against bees, had sinister plans. He hired thugs to sabotage Rose's research while secretly developing robotic bees to replace the real ones. His ultimate goal? To monopolize the future of pollination with his artificial swarms. As various animals, Beckett witnessed this conspiracy unfold. As a canary in the animal shelter, he briefly reunited with a grieving Rose, who was still posting missing cat posters around the neighborhood. As a dog, he used his enhanced sense of smell to track down Rose's scent, only to be distracted by the professor's thugs attempting to destroy her laboratory. With each new form, fish, horse, and others, Beckett grew closer to understanding the truth about the professor's scheme. But more importantly, he learned valuable lessons about love, friendship, and the consequences of jealousy. He realized that his attempts to separate Rose and Larry had been selfish, especially seeing how they supported each other through difficult times. The story culminated in a dramatic presentation where Rose was to demonstrate her bee-saving serum to potential investors. The professor planned to sabotage the demonstration with his robotic bees, but Beckett, in his final animal form, managed to alert Larry to the switch. Together, they exposed the professor's plot just as his robotic bees went haywire, attacking their creator in a fitting display of poetic justice. In a moment of crisis, as Rose faced danger from the malfunctioning robot bees, Beckett made the ultimate sacrifice to save her. This selfless act finally earned him the right to return as a cat, his true form. But his time had run out, and he had to say goodbye to Rose one last time. Years later, a new chapter began when Rose and Larry's daughter brought a kitten to the same shelter where their story had started. In a twist of fate, this kitten was Beckett reincarnated, ready to join his beloved family once again. As they left the shelter together, there was a knowing glance between Rose and her new kitten. Some souls are simply meant to find each other, again and again. The shelter, it turned out, was more than just a waypoint for lost animals. It was a gateway between heaven and earth, where special souls like Beckett could earn second chances through love, growth, and sacrifice. And sometimes, if you're lucky enough, 9 lives aren't the end of the story, but just the beginning of something even more extraordinary. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for more recaps like this. Thank you for watching.